guys. So I know this video has been talked about by me for so long, and I know I kept putting it off, and I know I kept mentioning in other videos that it was gonna happen and all this stuff about it, and it never did. And I've been talking about it for like half a year now and it hasn't happened, but I'm making it happen right now. So finally, here it is. I'm gonna do the pet tag. So her story is kind of unique. So first of all, her name was Jasper, and then it got changed into Jasmine. So because she changed her sex, so she was born a boy, and so I named him Jasper, and then we recently just found out she changed her sex, and so now I always knew that could happen, so I always had a backup name. And I know Jasper is gender neutral, but I wanted her to have a feminine name. Her name doesn't have any like significance or crazy like story. It's just when I first got her, I didn't have her named for about a week, and that's simply because I wanted her to have like a really cool name, and she just didn't, and I didn't know what to do. I went on a forum and looked at all the names that they gave theirs, and I saw a guy named his Jasper. I was like, hey, that's actually a pretty cool name, so pretty much where the name came from. And then Jasmine was just like the feminine name for it, so that was always my backup name. She will be 1 tomorrow, April 27th. She probably is already over a year old, but I just made her birthday the day I got her. So the breed of Jasmine, you guys probably saw in the thumbnail, but I will reveal her to you. She's actually been pretty nice on keeping herself hidden. She's really colorful because she just got done being in her light. So she is a bearded dragon, and she's very, 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 very tiny. She hasn't really grown much, and there is a pretty interesting story about her, which I will get into. So there she is in all her glory. She is a normal, but she is very, very light for being a normal. She has a lot of orange to her. Let's see how she does. So how I got her is I used to work at PetSmart, and I was one of the pet care people. And so we had 2 bearded dragons who went through a incredibly bad shed, and one didn't make it, and she was in pretty rough shape too. They were in our sick room for quite some time. They were both in the sick room for about a month, and then the other one just didn't make it. So she made it out. She healed really nicely, but the shed did end up taking all of her toes on her back left foot, which I will do a close-up of, and then took two toenails off of this foot, and she was deformed. We couldn't sell her, so she was just up for adoption, meaning you didn't have to pay for her, you just had to sign a paper saying you wouldn't try to give her back to us because you didn't pay. And for about a month and a half, almost 2 months, she sat back there, and we would constantly tell people about her, and no one wanted her, and it made me really, really sad. And working there, I grew to love bearded dragons, and I grew to just want one, and I constantly fantasized about getting one. And at the time I still lived with my parents, so I had to get their permission, because, you know, it's their house. I'm not gonna just bring in an animal. So for the longest time, I really wanted her, and I was asking my dad, and finally one day I brought him into the store, made him meet him at the time, and after he met him, he said he didn't care, and he just let me bring him home. Okay, so this one just has the missing toenails, so these two that are kind of nubbed, which is weird, is that you can tell they're nubbed too from the bad shed. So these two are nubbed. They don't have nails like these ones do. These ones have nails, these ones don't. And then on her back left, she just has one toe. It took the rest and left this one nubbed and without a nail. And that was all that was wrong with her. And she does not let the toes not being there affect her. She does not let it slow her down. She acts just like any normal regular bearded dragon. Her favorite food is bok choy and peas. She absolutely goes nuts for them. She has like a packet of mixed vegetables, and it has those in there, and she will literally pick out the peas and bok choy out of the whole thing before she eats the rest of what vegetables are in there. And she also is in love with blueberries. Blueberries are another one of her favorites. A favorite thing we love to do together is I love to just sit with her. I love to just put her on me and let her sit there and look around. And I don't know if she likes it, but I do. I love giving her baths. Bath time is really fun because I love watching her swim. So overall, Jasmine is a pretty good pet and pretty good animal and pretty good companion. But a bad habit she has is pooping in her water. And when she's mad at me, she will poop in her drinking water, and I have to clean the whole thing. And she also recently started pooping on her rock. The best thing about her is that she's still kind of little, and she literally will just sit here like this with you and not do anything and just enjoy you, and you can enjoy her. And my favorite thing about her is, honestly, I just love spending time with her. I love that she is just really cool and majestic, and she's kind of like a little dino, a little dragon. I love that. And she's honestly just such an amazing pet. If I didn't have her, I don't know exactly what I would do, because she's been such an important part of my life for a year. This is Jasmine, and I hope you guys enjoyed her, enjoyed meeting her, and she will be in a lot more videos, so look forward to that.